because you have a bad double. We're gonna
All right, you're rolling.
actually has a good double. Okay, so yeah, we're going to look at now when an opponent tries a double leg takedown on you and he doesn't set it up properly, or off of my sprawl, he doesn't know how to stop me from going behind, and what I can do from there. So if a person just kind of willy-nilly just goes in, then my arm, here's the thing to think about. Before you know what he's going to do, whatever foot is forward, unless you just square like this and you just move. But if I have a foot forward, that hand is down. At least in a wrestling sense. You wouldn't do that if you're fighting necessarily, although I can jab with this and still scoop him with an underhook or a wizard. But my right arm, since my right foot is forward, since I'm a southpaw, my right arm is ready to underhook or wizard on this side. It is here to protect this leg. All right? And that enables me, by the way, to draw him to attack this leg. If I'm confident in my defense, then you can become a very good takedown artist. Off of his takedown, you can work the counter. All right? So there is something to be said for being a counter-offensive wrestler, where off of his attempt to take you down, you end up getting him down, which we're going to do. So here's how it works. He doesn't, or maybe he tries to set it up and clear my arm, all right? But what happens is, as he comes in, I'm going to scoop him, I'm going to catch him with this underhook. And he's not going to get to my leg. I can feel his chest and his shoulder are not going to get all the way under me. My hips are going to stay away. If, by the way, he ties you up first, which is the proper way, is the better way, and he tries to draw my leg out, here's another thing. You can always tell. When you tie up with someone, you can tell whether they know how to wrestle or not, and here's how you can tell. When I draw his leg out, if he steps it here, like that, then he may be a wrestler, but I can catch that leg. But if he's an even better wrestler, here's what he'll do. He'll draw my leg out. Instead of me stepping here, go ahead. Instead of doing this, look at the spot I would have stepped into. Now do it again. I move both feet that triangulate with that spot, and I'm still oblique from his point of view. I move both feet. Instead of one foot here, it's both feet here. So I'm still equidistant, both legs from him. So if he tries to draw my leg out, and I move like that, I don't step into this quicksand that's going to get my leg caught. All right? The rule for wrestling always holds. When you move one foot, move the other foot. Don't ever just move one foot and leave the other behind. Because now I'm out of position, I'm out of stance. Okay, that being said, he shoots. And when he shoots, here's what happens. My hips go up. My hips go back. I'm on the balls of my feet. And I'm underhooking here. So he doesn't get under my hips. My chest is on his upper back, behind his shoulder blades. Now, I'm going to go behind to my left. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to move my hip a little bit, and I'm going to reach in my back pocket and cross-face, if I can, to force his head that way. There's a nice way to do this, and there's a mean way. The mean way is forearm right across his nose. He can't turn his head back. What my other hand is going to do is it's going to press on his elbow. I need to put weight on that arm so he can't raise the arm up, and that opens the way to his back. So cross-face with this arm, press on the elbow, put some weight on that arm so he can't raise it to stop you. My hips stay back. I'm on the balls of my feet so I can move. Here, hand on the elbow, move behind. Now I'm behind here. I'm going to grab this wrist, pull it, and feed it to my other hand. All right, we'll just do this breakdown where I pull him into me. So I'm going to block this arm, and I'll block his knee on the same side. Elbow and knee. Grabbing his wrist, I'm going to drop this right knee, pull my left knee away, and pull him over. And from here I can get either the Kimura, the cross arm lock, I can set up a triangle choke from here. But what's going to happen is he's strong, he holds on. And I say, okay, he might be using this as a ploy to keep me from holding him down. It might be his way of getting out. So I'm not going to go for any of those. What I'm going to do instead is keep this, and then this arm's going to come around his head, and I'm going to join my hands together. This one is palm away, like I'm waving to someone over there, like this. Now I can use my shoulder to sit him up, put my chest heavily on his shoulder. And then from here I go to wrist. As I'm floating up to here, This hook goes inside his leg, I sit back into my right, other hook goes in, and his arm might even end up trapped. No, or not, it doesn't matter. But he's right here in a perfect position to fall into rear naked choke from back mount. Don't cross your feet. All right. So notice again, this is capitalizing on his failure to set me up properly. He just shoots. He does what we call a cold shot, which is just like, you know, kind of like a deer in the headlights. It's like suddenly just crosses the street and gets hit. So he's just there and he suddenly, oh, this must be the time to shoot. He didn't set it up, so I'm ready to catch him. So he just goes in, and here I am, ready to catch him. My hips are back. I'm on the balls of my feet. Reach for that cross face. Put your hand on that elbow. Put some weight on it. Go behind. Collapse this arm. Grab the wrist. Block this elbow. Knee blocks the knee. Pull him this way as my right knee goes down. Left knee disengages, and I'm here. I'd like to get a Kimura from here, but he doesn't let me just pull it. And I think, okay, he might get out. So instead, scoop the head, hands together. Shoulder into him to sit him up. You want to bend him down into himself. And then I grab this wrist. My weight is heavy on him so he doesn't get away. Then I just float. I float right across to where my foot goes in. My first hook is in, and I'm going to sit back into my right to get my other hook in, and I'm already in the ideal position. He's falling into this. He needs to kick it over all the way to the side to try to get out of this. This is really bad for him. Hand on the shoulder, push his head, hand on the bicep. Don't go hand to his head. Put your hand on your own shoulder. Make your rear naked choke into a triangle instead of this. Do this. Slide it down your arm. Take away all the space first. What people do when they're trying to do the choke is it's loose in here and they start to squeeze. And then you've wasted all that squeeze just taking away space. So take away the space first, then begin to squeeze, and he'll tap very quickly. It gets much tighter. But I'm not doing this because if his chin is under, then I'm just pushing his chin further down. That's counterproductive. I'm just squeezing on his jaw. I want his head back, and I want this hand here. Also where he can't reach back and grab it and pull it down. See, that's also another problem with putting your hand here. If it's here, I can even make a fist. He can't grab it and pull it free as easily. And he's got to worry more about the immediate pressure on his neck. All right. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's give this a shot.